Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. Odyssey Jones finally makes his Raw debut after being drafted to Raw for nearly 2 years. Odyssey Jones gets the chance, the team with the New Day is being endorsed, makes his debut on Raw tonight. Also, too, coming up here on Raw, Ring Report on the highlights and stuff. We talk about former world champion Damian Priest is out for payback against his old Judgment Day partners, starting with Carlito tonight, as well as the number one contenders to the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships will be decided when Damage Control takes on Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Also, too, Rhea Ripley kicks off Monday Night Raw with a bang. Rhea Ripley, what she has on her mind, she speaks her mind after she's not in a good mood. After what Dirty Dom and Liv Morgan, the Women's World Champion, did to her at SummerSlam. And in our main event, we talked about this, the new Intercontinental Champion, Bron Breakker, and Sami Zayn will battle again, this time in a SummerSlam rematch, but for a 2 out of 3 fall. Can Sami Zayn regain the Intercontinental Championship? We will wait and see on that. Plus, too, Randy Orton has some big news. He was on the show tonight. Randy Orton signed a new deal with WWE, but he's going to confront World Heavyweight Champion Gunther for his number one contendership match against Gunther. It's only been 20 years since Randy Orton won the world title, his first run. We're going to get all that and more when the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation. Use the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and scan. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. So let's not waste no time whatsoever. We're going to get things started with this. Rhea Ripley in the ring. Rhea Ripley knows a thing or two. She's not in a good mood. Rhea Bloody Ripley. And she wanted to confront Dominic Mysterio in his main squeeze, Liv Morgan. Dominic Mysterio now finally moved on. Rhea Ripley thought she felt betrayed by Dom, but she just had enough. Well, Dominic Mysterio was telling Rhea Ripley the reason why he left her because he didn't want to be around no more. And the tenders and all that saying Liv gives him what he wants and Liv shows him he's a real man and stuff like that. And I think Rhea Ripley was taken aback a little bit or what went down, but hey, things happen for a reason. Rhea Ripley finally had enough and she decided that, hey, you know what? Especially Dominic Mysterio or what went down and stuff. Dominic Mysterio really gonna have to really be careful and take heed because we just found out that in nearly 2 weeks from tonight on Bash in Berlin, Rhea Ripley will be a part of a mixed tag team match. Her and Damian Priest will team up to take on Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. Rhea Ripley want to get her hands on both Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. This will be her chance, and this will be the chance of Damian Priest. Damian Priest got some axes to grind with the Judgment Day as well. Damian wants to get his hands on the Judgment Day too. You can tell Diary Dom and Liv were a little bit taken aback that Damian Priest was standing behind him. Damian Priest decided that he wanted a piece of the action. Damian Priest was in action. He took on Carlito. He went against JD last week. Damian Priest won the match over Carlito. JD from behind. JD who got something against all of them and stuff. I'll say that. The Judgment Day. We was hearing reports that the Judgment Day was going to be called street trash, which that really didn't make no sense. But who knows? That didn't came into fruition and stuff on what went down. Well, Liv Morgan got her hands on everyone in the Judgment Day. I mean, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, who were the original founders of the Judgment Day, get their hands on the Judgment Day. tell you right here, Dirty Dom may have to eat his words real carefully. Him and Liv, because they're in this mixed tag team match. I don't think Dirty Dom don't even have a chance against Rhea Ripley. But Rhea Ripley want to get her hands on Dirty Dom real bad, and you can tell Rhea Ripley wants to showcase her abilities and stuff after being screwed. And Damian Priest won't get his hands on Finn Balor. And I mean, this is really a unholy, justified war, and you ask me. Damian Priest won't get his hands on you know who. You see, he took all his frustration and aggression out on Carlito and choked the living daylights out of Carlito. I don't think Carlito even have a chance. But we can tell you right here, Rhea Ripley and JD Rhea Ripley and what's his name better be ready. They better be ready for Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio. You see, Rhea Ripley wanted to do the riptide on Dominic Mysterio. She wanted to do so bad, but you can tell Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest already. They are getting over with the crowd, and the crowd loves them. So we'll see how this is going to play out eventually down the road between Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and Dirty Dom and Liv Morgan. How that's going to play out eventually. Well, we go to this right here. Odyssey Jones, who could be the new member of the New Day. Odyssey Jones, coming out there backstage getting ready for his match. This is his first time on Raw. And Odyssey want to make sure he looks prepared. We're hearing problems with the New Day with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. May get along, may not get along. We don't know who's turning against who. Well, I don't know why the Final Testament is driving that wedge between the New Day. Odyssey Jones want to be the factor, which Karrion Cross saying that Odyssey could be the one. And you see right here, Odyssey taking down AOP and picking it up with ease. Well, nothing. Well, we told you last week, Karrion Cross is trying to put a wedge in between the New Day, saying that telling both men, telling Xavier mainly that Kofi is trying to replace him out the New Day and trying to replace Odyssey is trying to replace Big E from the New Day. Odyssey said that's not true. Odyssey saying that, believing that and stuff. So Kofi said, let's make it a six-man tag team match next week. Me, Xavier, and Odyssey against you and your crew of AOP next week on Raw. The Authors of Pain and Karrion Cross accepted. So now we'll have a match next week on how that's going to go. So we'll see who's going to win because they've been teasing that the New Day may break up, but I don't want the New Day to break up. I mean, they've been the most dominant team in tag team division for a long time. So you don't want them to break up. We'll see. Next week, right here on Raw. Well, Drew McIntyre was in the house. He stopped by General Manager Adam Pearce's office to say that he's not going to be no trouble with CM Punk, which he was lying. But Adam Pearce didn't buy it and didn't believe it. But Adam Pearce said you better be on your best behavior going forward. So we'll see. Well, American Alpha took on American Chad Gable's American something, but he should just call him Team Gable. Or you just call him them Team America Team Gable Stable or something. Well, you see the Creed brothers taking on trying to take down Otis with a suplex out of nowhere. The Creed brothers suplexing Otis, and look at Akira Tozawa doing the same thing. Akira Tozawa trying to leap like a leapfrog and did what he did to leapfrog him and try to get the best over and stuff. But that wasn't the most shocking thing throughout the whole entire night. I think the most shocking thing was Ivy Nile turning her back against Maxine Dupree, helping Team Gable win the match and giving Team Gable the assist. Hey, you know how that go with Ivy Nile. Ivy Nile even her attack Maxine Dupree and choke Maxine Dupree out, stand there, giving the assist and the extraction. So hey, Ivy Nile, we knew that was coming eventually, that she was gonna turn bad, join forces with Gable brother sooner rather than later. Well, we know this: the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, WWE Hall of Famer. Mark Henry making his rounds in WWE, being coming with his son Jacob. We know Jacob signed a deal with WWE. Jacob gonna be just like his dad, and be crazier and stuff. But Jacob Henry and stuff. We'll see what Jacob Henry gonna do. But he might be a champion here and there with his legendary father, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Mark Henry played some dividends with Jacob in his corner, so Jacob could be next a future great down the road. Also, too, former WWE Women's Champion Candice Michelle. Candice Michelle made an appearance, sitting down the crowd. Candice Michelle in the audience as well. So Candice getting her 15 minutes of fame as well. So hey, go daddy, go daddy. Yeah, remember that, go daddy. Well, we know this. Gunther had confronted number one contender Randy Orton. Randy Orton was in the house. Orton was set to meet Gunther at Bash in Berlin for the world title. So the world title is up for grabs. Even Gunther started saying like derogatory statements, saying that Randy Orton ain't nothing, he ain't gonna be nothing, his dad wasn't nothing, his grandfather wasn't nothing, and saying he get the privilege to beat down Randy Orton, he gets the privilege to do what he need to do and make sure Randy Orton don't win the world title and make sure Randy Orton snaps. So Gunther trying to get inside the head of Randy Orton, and Gunther trying to make sure that he needed to do what he needed to do. Gunther was born and destined for the world title. You can believe that, but Gunther a little bit arrogant with his claims and his comments. Don't let something that bites you in your no what get you in trouble. That could probably be it. But Gunther setting the stage, setting the tone for what needs to be in winning the world title from Randy Orton. Well, that's what Gunther trying to do and stuff. Even Gunther tried to strike, Randy Orton tried to strike hitting Gunther and RKO, but out of nowhere we got Drew McIntyre and CM Punk brawling as well. Drew and CM Punk taking their feud outside the ring. CM Punk want to get his hands uh on you know who, Drew McIntyre, and try to do so tonight. So hey, we'll see. We'll talk about that a little bit later. A lot of the up and coming taking down the old guys the back in 15 years ago. CM Punk said that he's here to hurt you know who, and he wants to hurt him real bad, and he got to do what he has to do to need what he got to do it real bad. So hey, CM Punk wants to get his hands on Drew McIntyre real bad. But what's it gonna take? What price is gonna pay for it at the end? We know speaking of tomorrow is NXT, and Oba Fimby was in the house. Oba Fimby, in the house joining what's going on. Oba Fimby want to be a part of this situation as well. Remember, we told you about General Manager Adam Pierce telling Bronson Reed to be on his best behavior. The general manager who was not playing one bit. The general manager thought Bronson was going to be in his best behavior. But Bronson Reed was in action. Bronson Reed, we found out from the Miz himself, the Miz would be taking on Bronson Reed. We told you Bronson Reed did that multiple attacks on Seth Rollins, crushing Seth Rollins with that big splash. And could Miz be faith in that way to beat tonight? Miz went against Big Bronson Reed, and the big guy taking it to Miz, even to the point Big Bronson Reed decided that he wanted to do business on his own. And Big Bronson Reed did do business on his own. Big Bronson Reed coming out there making a name for himself, and what a name he made tonight. Big Bronson Reed tried to go after the Miz with the big splash, but our truth sacrificed himself. Our truth was trying to sacrifice himself, and he did so. Truth was trying to be the sacrifice that he needed to be. And our truth did so. Well, the heck of Big Bronson Reed. And Big Bronson Reed decided to turn his attention to Miz Truth and gave Truth a big splash until General Manager Adam Pearce had to get involved and tell Big Bronson Reed to stop. Big Bronson Reed didn't want to stop. He wanted to continue on going, and he did. He went and continued on going, and he did so. And General Manager Adam Pearce had to step in and intervene, and told him, "Hey, stop, or you're gonna get suspended." I don't know what's gonna be next. I'm thinking Bronson Reed gonna take General Manager Pierce next. You think about it, down is coming. Speaking of coming, Isodon and Ivory Fire, the women's tag team champions, were watching to see, anxiously awaiting who they're going to be the next challengers on the Raw side of things. Was it going to be Damage Control or the Pure Collective Group or whatever they want to call themselves? The Pure Collective Group coming out there. Uh, you see right here, action right here, drop kick and stuff, and taking these women down and stuff. The women didn't know what to do. You see Kyrie Sane doing her missile drop kick, doing it perfectly too with Io Sky, Oscar out. But you can tell right Zoe Starks and Trina Baszler trying to connect and get the win and stuff, but it went to a no contest. So we don't know who the no one contenders for the women's tag team champions on the Raw side. We know on the SmackDown side of things, Bianca Belair and they Jay Cargill are no one contender. SmackDown side of things. So hey, we can see that. Well, I think this is what they call themselves, the Pure something Collective, Pure Fusion Collective. I don't know what that mean. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they strong want to be strong and then ladies. Who knows? I bet yeah, they gotta call themselves lesbians or something. Who knows? Anyway, um, we gonna move on to that. But Pete Dunne decided to get in the fun. Pete Dunne um he got a vendetta against Sheamus, and Pete Dunne saying that Sheamus was the one that held him back, and he didn't want to be held back by Sheamus no more. And I think he wants to show the world that he's mean business. He even attacked Sheamus and took Sheamus out with a shillelagh. Maybe that's an old trick that Finley taught him and stuff. And Finley giving him the order and stuff. I think that was what happened right here. This is what really happened. He hit Finley with a shillelagh on Finley's hand, so Finley may be injured with an injured hand. Who knows? We'll get an update and report on that coming up sooner down the road when we can. Well, it was the main event of the evening. Bron Breakker set to defend the Intercontinental Championship. Bron Breakker in his first title defense against Sami Zayn. Bron Breakker wanted to break out the shield, become NXT champion, now Intercontinental champion against the former champion Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn wanted to show that he can regain the Intercontinental Championship with big foes and stuff. Who knows? But Sami Zayn taking it down Braun with a massive spear. Braun spearing Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn tried to find loopholes and cheat holes to win, retain his championship. And doing so tonight went down and stuff. So hey, Sammy tried to get the win. I think Sami Zayn was trying to find a way to win. And even Bron Breakker using his destructive path and his destructionness to do what he needed to do to win the match. Bron found a way, and that's one thing about Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker will find a way to win. Bron Breakker is that. Bron Breakker is unstoppable. He's a juggernaut. That's what I like to call him. What a juggernaut Bron Breakker could be, and Bron Breakker could be the next big thing in WWE. You always like to say the next big thing, but that's like understatement right there with Braun doing what he need to do to win. I say that about Braun. Braun knows a thing or two about winning, and Braun is crafty. I tell you that right now. Braun Breaker has the speed, the quickness, the intelligence to win, and who knows what could be for Braun Breaker and Braun Breaker doing what he needs to do with the Intercontinental Championship. That's what I'm telling you. Braun Breaker knows a thing or two about winning matches and stuff. But we want to show you more before we head out on what Braun did. Even Braun did this right here, a power bomb right here. Power bomb Sami Zayn. I can show you right quick. Where he took Sami Zayn with a Frankensteiner, did a phenomenal job. It was like his uncle and his dad did, but he did even better. Braun used his power and strength to end Sami Zayn with a spear and got the 1, 2, 3, and your winner and still the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker. Hmm. Braun Breaker retains the Intercontinental Championship. The same thing. I don't know who can stop this man. This man's powerful, dominant. Who knows? All right, that does it for the Raw Ring Report. Let's move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we told you earlier on the show that Mark Henry was in attendance. Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, along with his son Jacob, who was the new signee to WWE. Jacob Henry signed with WWE. We see Mark Henry was posing with Raw ring announcer Samantha Irvin. Samantha Irvin saying very cool. We finally meet. So Mark Henry, a big fan of Samantha Irvin, and giving Samantha Irvin her props on the Raw brand and stuff. Also, too, Damian Kip saying that he's done with WWE. This is what Damian Kip had wrote as a day, no longer contract with WWE. I want to wrestle anywhere, everywhere. For bookings, appearances, contact Damian Kip at gmail.com. So Damian Kip Management at gmail.com. He wants to go out there and venture out. So hey, do what Damian Kip has to do. Well, speaking of that, we're hearing reports that Ricky Starks, former AEW talent, may be heading to WWE, maybe he had the NXT brand, and someone took a picture of Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks could be on his way to WWE down the road. I mean, that's sad to see AEW is wasting talent as they was building talent, but you know, never know. Maybe in another 4 years around, AJ Ricky Starks might show um what's his name, his worth. You gotta show folks your worth. You gotta leave to show folks your own worth. So can't blame Wiki like the same way what went down with Cody and the rest of them. Well, we here speaking of that, we want to congratulate Angelo Park and Ruby Soho. They are expecting a child anytime soon. We're getting into November, October. But Ruby Soho will be having her first kid in October. Congratulations to the happy couple. She recently got married as well. Well, we know this that someone is pulling a prank on Triple H, and someone said that this porn actor started to look like Triple H, and Triple H said he's going to report it. Oh God, what is you doing? What is y'all doing? Said keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. All right, you don't want to get in Triple H's bad side, so hey, that's a little bit crazy. Well, MJF on the AEW America champion, what you want to call him, he said that he's going to the incident happened with Britt Breaker was all a misunderstanding, and he said that he wants to wants to set that notion that he did not go into the women's locker room trying to look for Britt Breaker. MJF saying that it was a misunderstanding, that she can disagree to agree with him, and he can agree to disagree with her. So it was a big misunderstanding on both ends. So hey, who knows what MJF was going on? He got to be focusing on his match rather than focus on Britt Breaker, and Britt Breaker needs to stop focusing on MJF. Well, speaking of that, current WWE superstar Randy Orton has signed a new deal, a contract extension. Randy, we're hearing reports that he may be signed for another 5 years. Randy Orton is raking in the dough, and who can blame Randy Orton this time? He's going to be set to meet um, Gunther at Bash at Berlin. Randy Orton set the clash with Gunther. What a match that's going to be between Orton and Gunther for the world title, and how that's going to impact Randy Orton going forward. Now, hopefully he'll go against Cody Rhodes and try to snap and now win the title from Gunther. So that could be a possibility as well. All right, we're gonna leave you with the Intercontinental Champion Bron Breakker dominating and defending his championship the way he sees fit, defending against Sami Zayn, and we gotta wonder who's next in line. We gotta wait and see. So, thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. I've been your